Hello and welcome to another video tutorial, or possibly even a series of video tutorials. And what Mine Down Under has for you now today is a brand new plugin that we've installed that will save the use of thousands of hoppers. And what we have here is what's called a Wi-Fi hopper. That's the plugin. And I'm going to teach you in this tutorial and possibly a couple of others how to build it and how it all works. So stand by and we will get stuck straight into it. Okay, the first thing we need to do is explain how the hopper is built. First we need an ender chest, then we need a lightning rod, and then we need, do I have one in my inventory already? A hopper. So it's a custom recipe that we built in this server, and basically what you do is you get a normal hopper, you put it in down the bottom center, you grab your ender chest, put it in the center, and grab your lightning rod and put it on top, right, and that will give you wireless hopper, as you can see right here. So you can see it's now got wireless hopper, and there's a few levels on it. So that is how easy the recipe is to make. Now there is a second custom hopper, and this requires a few more resources because it is a little bit more powerful than the first one. Let's just make sure I've got everything. Yes, okay. Okay, so the next one is you need 4 ender chests in the corners. You need 3 diamond blocks in there. You need your wireless hopper in there, and you need your lightning rod in here. And this makes you a chunk hopper, right? And we'll get into that one too. This one's very powerful. You can do a lot of really good things with some farms on this one. And later on in another video, I'll actually go through and I'll show you how I've set some of my farms up using these hoppers in my survival build, so you understand how all this works and how you can use it. Okay, so they're the 2 hoppers, and basically what it does is, you know how you have, let's see if I can find a hopper here, that one, okay, how we normally have to, run hoppers in a line and to feed stuff along. Well, this Wi-Fi hoppers eliminates the need for all of this. And here's how it works. We put a wireless hopper down on the ground, like so. Okay. And I'm going to put another one down over on this end here. And I'm also going to put a chest down here as well. Chest. And possibly a barrel. And this is where the power of these hoppers come into their own. They're amazing things. Okay, so when we left click this now you won't break this. You can only break these if you shift left click them, but you got to left click it and it comes up with a GUI. Okay, let me explain all these icons at the moment. Okay, the upgrade links. This is where you can link this hopper to up to 36 other inventory storage blocks, like chests, like hoppers, like furnaces, like blast furnaces, smokers, anything that can hold an inventory, this thing can link to, right? So you don't need to have it going into a hopper and the hopper going into that block. It'll go straight into the inventory holding device. Now, by clicking on it, you've got 12 levels, and each level costs you $20, right? So you need some in-game money, so it still taps into your economy, and it costs you $20 to upgrade it. And as you upgrade it, these glass panes will disappear. So I click on it, you'll see 2 there now. If I click on it again, 3, right, 4, now it's 6, went up 2 that time, all right, up to 8, 10, 12, and so on. That one did a huge jump to 16, 17. Okay, and you just keep going until it's set to max. So I've got 12 there. I have 36 items here that I can put into to collect them. Now, all we do here is, if you want to link a container, all you do is you click the tripwire hook below it. So we click it, and then you walk over to whatever container you want over here. So let's put it into the chest, and we right click it. Now it pops up. Oh, now notice we have an error here. Okay, container is too far away for the current link distance. Very interesting. And I'll show you that. Okay, left click on it. Now over in the stopwatch over here, you got upgrade link distances. All right. So at the moment, we're probably just out of range. It's probably just over 16 blocks, which is just sad enough, but that's okay. Again, it costs you $20 to upgrade it, and you can upgrade it 8 times. So we can upgrade it once, now at 24 blocks. So now if I was to hit this tripwire, and we run over here, all right, and click it, there's our chest. All right, so now we've linked this chest to that hopper. So if we come out of here, now you can do multiple at once, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on. If I was to put a head in here, okay, see it disappeared. Now if I come over to the chest, over here, there it is. Okay, notice nothing in between, right? No secret strings or anything. This is just because it's linked to that chest over there. Now if I were to take this alarm's head, and I was to left click it, and I was to open this chest here, and I was to put in the alarm's head, like so, a player head. All right, and I back out of it, and if I was to try and load in, say, an iron ingot, notice it's not moving. Okay, that's because this is now filtered to only put player heads in this chest. All right, and that's how you filter what you want to go into each chest. So I think you can start seeing the power of this now. You've got 36 slots in here, and in those 36 slots, you have the power to filter 27 items in each slot into a chest. Now that's a lot of stuff to go into a chest, but if you want to go that far, that's fine. Sometimes you might put 6 or 8 in there and have a series of logs or something to go in there, so of one particular type. So let's just take that out now, and let's move on to something else. So that's how the link works. Now, the upgrade transfers, again, cost you $10 a link. And what you can do is you can upgrade how many items are transferred across this hopper setup. So if I was to click on it again, I can now transfer 16 items, as you can see in the GUI there. All right, if I was to do it again, I can now do 24, up to 32, and we're all the way up to 128, 256, 320 items. That's a hell of a lot of items. That's almost the entire hopper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 5s 150 plus 10, 160. So more than enough. It'll empty your whole entire hopper at once. So if I was to put all of these in, they all disappear straight away, and they all end up over here, as you can see. Okay, so that's the power of how many you can item in there. Now I'd be careful doing that, because sometimes you don't need that many at once. Just do what you need or what you can afford. Okay, now this one's a really interesting one. Say I had, let's go and link a couple more here. So let's link this one. Okay, browser. Now, if you want to link another one, you don't have to go back to the hopper and do it. You just click on the link to containers again, and then click on another one, and it pops in. Okay, so you can do multiple links at once. Now, let's say we have 2 of these filtered. So let's click on this one here, and let's put an egg in there. And let's put a with a skeleton head in this one. Now, say I wanted to. Now, this one here, I will link. I might just put down another chest next to it, like that. And this time, what I'll do is I'll grab the link again, and I will right-click in here. Now, those 2 are filtered with that one, and that one's got play with a skeleton. This one here is now going to be, okay, I'll filter this one again. This can be an anvil, all right? And this one here won't have a link in it. Okay, so this is what I'll call an overflow, and I'll show you how to name these a little bit later on. All right, so what we can do is when we click the insert order, on at the moment it's off, which means it distributes all the items in the hopper across all of the items in the links. Okay, if you're making a bone meal farm where you just got one item, one output onto these things, and you want to throw 12 items across 12 different composters. But if you're going to storage, the best way to do this is to turn it on. So now what will happen is the items will go into the hopper. It'll check this one. Can I get into there? No. It'll check the next one, and it will keep going. And now if it can't go into any of the links, it'll fall into this one, which is what I usually call an overflow. And anything that you don't have linked in your inventory will end up in here. All right, so I'll speak more about this later when I show how to set it up, but that's important when you want to go into storage devices. Now, these two here is more about when you do farming. Okay, so you can upgrade the suction radius, right, which is going up. Okay, it actually draws in items up to 2 or 4 blocks above us. I think it's more than that. It's quite a lot. And the bottom one is your current radius. Now, these two are linked, I'm pretty sure. So you only get to 2 on this one. But if I was to click another one here and then look at it, I get to go up to 3. See, notice maximum radius is 3. If I click on it again and go to 3, my maximum radius is now 4. Right, so they're linked together in how you go. So you've got to have sort of the same going up as you do going out. Now, if I was to drop something outside here somewhere, say, let's drop these items again. Okay, they don't get picked up because what didn't I do? I didn't upgrade them. So let's upgrade it to 4 again. So rate to 4. So 1, 2, 3. I think this one is counted as 1, 2, 3, and we can check this. If I go Z, notice it went into a chest. Now I think it would have been in this one because it was overflow. Yep, there it is. All right, so now you don't have to 2, 3, 5 throw it in this one here. This is 4 away. Notice it doesn't. Oh, it does get picked up. All right, so let's go out to 5. Yeah, notice now it doesn't get picked up. So you could actually just drop anything in here. Let's go. No, let's just drop everything. Drop the whole lot. Gets picked up. Because it's transferring so many at a time, it just takes the whole lot, pops it into its chest. Now it went through all of these chests first, all of these items first. Couldn't find because they're all filtered. Throws it into the overflow. Pretty cool. All right, so that's how your pickup fits. Okay, now if all you want to do is have it coming through the top of the hopper, you can right click these, as it says in the GUI there, down to 0. Now if you go down to 0 and you drop something down right next to it, say to Z, notice it's no longer being picked up. Okay, and that's how your pickup region works. Okay, this one here, this is delete non-filtered items. This is really good if you want to make a trash can. I really can't find another suitable item for this, but we'll make a trash can here. So let's do this right now. Really simple to do. Grab your wireless hopper, put it in the ground just there. Okay, and then what you do is you grab. I won't grab a chest. Let's just grab a chest. Okay, pop the chest on. Now all you do is you left click the hopper, link to this chest. Now, whatever you don't want to lose in this trash can, okay, you put the filter in here. So what we do is we turn this on, and when you turn it on, items matching no filtered link are deleted. All right, so if I click on this, and if I was to put, say, I do want to lose my netherite sword in there, or I don't want to lose my bow, okay, I don't want to lose any chunk hoppers or any wireless hoppers. Oh, chunk hoppers or, oh, that's interesting. Does it all. So it must recognize just the hopper by type. So if I just put the hopper in there, all right, no hopper should go in. So we'll give that a test. So what I'll do now is if I was to back out of that and I was to throw, say, 8 diamonds in there, right, they'll go into here, notice, and they're actually being pushed back up into here. Now, when I open it, they're gone. Why? Because diamonds weren't in the filtered list. All right. However, if I was to put iron ingots in there, actually, no, let's just do that. If I was to put my sword in here, all right, it goes down to the hopper, but it comes back. Notice how it keeps flicking back? That's because it's going backwards and forwards in the hopper, all right. All right, but the easiest way to grab it, just come into, right click into your hopper and just pick it back out again. Okay, that's how the bucket works as non-filtered items. All right, really useful for a trash can. Okay, this is just a menu guide on how to operate. So you've got left click the hopper, opens the menu, right click the hopper, opens the hopper inventory, shift left click breaks the hopper. Okay, so that's it. So these are all the ones. I think that's about all I've got to tell you there. Okay, pretty good. So let's go and have a look at the chunk file. So we'll leave our lab. All right, and we'll head up here. Oh, where'd I go? Here I am. No, it should have gone down. One more. No, one more again. There we are. Okay. So chunk hoppers, as the name infers, deals with entire chunks. Okay, so in here is a chunk hopper. Okay, notice you can see Wi-Fi hoppers chunk. Now, what we see here, this and I'll just turn the grid on. You can see that the white wool surrounds a chunk. So you know exactly that this section here that the hopper's in deals with the entire chunk. Now, if I was to drop a piece of iron on the wool, nothing happens, right? Even though it's so close in here, nothing happens. But if I was to go all the way over to this corner over here and drop a hopper, note it disappears, right, and ends up in here, right? So it doesn't matter where this hopper is inside the chunk, it will pick up all items inside this chunk. All right, so let's head over here. I prepared this little flat space here. These little tags are basically the layout for the chunk. So if I put my grid back on again, you can see that each section is a chunk section, as you can see. Okay, now this hopper here, right, it's linked to one chest, which I think is somewhere. I'm not sure where. It might be gone. By the way, if this happens for both hoppers, if you don't know where that is, if you look at the red text in the GUI there, Q drop key removes the link. So what you do, if you hold your Q button down and click on it, it removes the link. Okay, so that's that. Now, this has upgraded transfers up to 320. So that's 320 items. It can max upgrade suction radius, so it can go really high when you want to pick things up. And the width is a max of 3. Now that's basically a 5x5 chunk area. So let's put my grid back on and I'll show you this. This is amazing. So this grid, this is chunk 1 in here. All right. This one's chunk 2. And this one's chunk 3. Now I can drop anything in here. Like if I go Z, it gets picked up and it's over there in that chunk. Now I can go all the way around. Do it again. Disappears. So anywhere in this area, I can throw items and it all ends up in this hopper here. All right, as you can see, lots of stuff. Okay, really powerful. So the potential here, things like tree farms, you can have a whole massive forest of trees, knock it all down, all your items will go in here, and then you can link this to a Wi-Fi hopper and send it wherever you like. Okay, so that's the difference between the Wi-Fi hopper and the chunk hopper, and now you know why we make it so expensive, and it still costs you to upgrade things. Right, these are set at max, so it's you're not seeing the price, but it's a little bit more expensive to upgrade these as well. Okay. Right, the other ones are the same. So insert filter, it's the same principle. The link distance is 64. Now it's only 64 blocks. It's not 64 chunks. 64 chunks would be absolutely insane to transfer stuff across. So it's only 64 blocks. All right, and the non-filter items off. It's exactly the same as I showed you in the Wi-Fi setup, and that's it for the Wi-Fi hoppers. Okay, so that is the chunk hopper. All right, so the potential here, and I'll show you what I've used one of these in my quarry, and I'll show you how I've used them in a minute. Okay, and that is the hoppers in general. So we can basically collect it, send it through hoppers. Like the next one is about here somewhere. You can put another one roughly about here somewhere. Transfer across another 64 blocks, and you can send it wherever you like. So that's all I'm going to show you in this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you how we can set up all of these chests to be filtered for items that you want to store in them using just 5 hoppers. Okay, pretty clever. It's pretty clever stuff, and I'm looking forward to showing how it all works. So that's it for now. I'll get this one uploaded, and I will show you in the next one how to set up Wi-Fi hoppers to do the everyday functions that you need to do in game. All right, so I'll see you on the next tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it.